But I felt just incredibly low and like hated just being on my own with him, because I think I was so scared of something happening or like not knowing what to do next.
Who are you?
Who are you and why are you in my house?
What is this?
That's what I felt like. I was like, why are you crying? What do you need? And when are you leaving?
Yeah.
I got the job 2 weeks after my dad died. He died when I was 14. And then 2 weeks later, I started filming. It was just being accused of having an affair with someone, which absolutely wasn't true.
Yeah. I don't know, when I get bored, I get a bit like, I have to misbehave, sorry, but yeah.
I'm a bit like that as well.
I think it's probably the ADHD in me.
I've sort of just been diagnosed with that. I don't want to like confirm it because it's like I'm only at the initial stages, but...
Wait, did you?
Well, more autistic ADHD. I'm like, what? I think everyone is probably on the spectrum somewhere
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and like it's how deep you go into it. Camera phones, that is the worst. Camera phones need to be banned, in my opinion. Like, people just take pictures, like, you know, and you're just like having dinner or...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Fran.
Whoa.
Sus, Fran.
That, no.
I'm about to become an actress. Help me.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
That's
no,
even worse.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
For, you know, our younger audience or anyone who aspires to go into the world of acting or have an amazing career like you've had so far, what would be your advice?
Probably don't do it, first of all. But
I love how we always say that. Maybe you could share with some of our audience some stuff that you've got coming up, because this is a really exciting next chapter for you.
yeah, so I am currently...
Hi guys, and welcome back to Girls Next Door. We have a very special guest in store for you today, but first, I'm your host, Wallis Day.
And I'm Francesca Wallis, and joining us today, we have actress and mother, Charley Webb.
I'm so excited to be here.
Welcome to the hood. We're excited to have you.
I am the hood.
You are the hood.
She's the hood
Let's
in
remember
neighborhood.
that. Yeah.
The neighborhood is here.
Yeah,
know.
she's arrived. I'm like the third girl next door, let's face it.
Yeah, you are.
100%.
You actually really
I
are a little
actually
bit
am.
because you stay with me.
I
quite a
stay
lot.
with you, so I'm like, I am just the other one.
Yeah,
That's just what it
you're a
is.
listener of the show. You give us your feedback.
Every time. I'm like, guys, smashing it.
Oh, thanks, Charlie. Well, we had to have you on.
Of course.
I don't know why we've waited so long, but it's hard to pin you down, Charlie. You're a busy woman.
I know, I'm finally here. I'm very excited. I can't wait. I'm such a big fan of the show. I'm like, yay, I'm finally on.
We're such a big fan of you, though. I feel like when I first met you, literally, we just got deep straight away,
We
didn't
got
we?
so deep. We got like so deep. We left yours and I can't remember what you were doing. You were doing something, then you were coming to meet us. And it was the first time I'd met you. Where
Yeah.
have we been?
I don't know.
I don't know either. But we got deep first
Yeah.
time. I know everything about Fran now, like everything.
Duh.
Yeah.
My life, my childhood. We was talking about everything.
We were.
We went straight to the pub.
Of course, we went straight to the pub. Where else would we go?
Obviously.
That's the
Yeah.
only place to go, right?
I know. So much bonding.
So much
Oh
fun.
my gosh, I want to hear everything. Before we start, should we have Charlie introduce herself to our audience?
Okay, what do I say now?
What do I say now?
What do I say now?
Charlie,
We've
you just
said it all.
introduce yourself.
Okay. Hi, I'm Charley Webb and I am so excited to be here on the Girls Next Door.
I guess just for the listeners who might not know you, you know, we're both actresses. I
We
think
are.
that's probably what you're most known for, right?
Yeah, I think, well, I don't think anything else, to be honest. Just acting.
But there's plenty more underneath. So we want to know a little bit more about you. How would you summarize yourself in a nutshell for our listeners who don't know Charley Webb yet?
Okay, I think I'm really fun. I'm just going to start with that because that's like the most important thing.
I can vouch Charlie was very, very fun.
You can vouch for that as well. You're not vouching quick enough.
I'm vouching.
We're all vouching. We decide that's definitely the truth. I would say I am quite quiet until you get to know me. Would you say? I think people get the wrong impression of me when they first meet me.
In a group setting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In a group setting.
Yeah.
Group settings for me are not the one. Like, it takes me a minute and I have to take myself off often just to have like a minute. But I think when people first meet me, I've been told this my whole life, people are always like, wow, you're really cold. And I'm like,
People
am
say
I?
you're cold.
Really cold, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know. But I think I do have a resting bitch face.
Yeah, you do a little bit.
And I'm not the biggest smiler. Yeah, soz about that. Soz.
Sorry about that, babes.
I'm not the biggest smiler either.
You got a beautiful smile though.
I only smile if I really mean it.
Oh.
You know, like people fake smile.
Yeah.
Like, people will just smile because they think it's the thing to do, whereas I don't.
Yeah.
So I think people just find me a bit cold. That's what I would say about myself. But I'm not.
But think
I
of
wouldn't
if
say
I
it's
love you-
that. I think it's that you're very powerful and strong, and your presence, you can feel that you have got a lot of strength. And I think for other people that can be intimidating, especially if you're not an extrovert, then that can maybe be intimidating to other people.
Yeah, I think that. And I think
But-
because I've heard it my whole life, it's always like sat with me. But actually, as I'm getting older, I really own that because I'm like, well, I don't need to be all over everyone and love everyone immediately.
Yeah.
Like, it does take me a minute. And I'm very like, yes or no.
Yeah, extremely straightforward.
Oh, I'm so black and white. Like you, don't like you. There's never an in-between with me.
Yeah.
I don't meet someone, I'm like, they seem all right. I'm like, no, absolutely not my person.
It makes me laugh though, because I'm actually the opposite.
Oh, Fran, you're so... Anywhere that you go with Fran, she just talks to everyone and it's so annoying because I don't want to talk to anyone.
She says this to me like every
Please.
time. When we first met, she was like, oh God, I hate things like that. And I was like, do you? I love that. Like, someone just come and said hello.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, Fran, stop inviting people to talk to us. Where were we the other week when there was like those 4 people that were sat next to us? Do you remember that we stole those people's table?
Oh.
And then those people were sat at our
We
table.
didn't steal the table.
All right, don't make it
We
sound
didn't
like
steal the
twats.
table.
Sorry
Hold
about that.
It was
Sorry.
reserved, but then the person was meant to come at like 5 and then they never arrived. So we was like, well,
No,
if
they
we just
did
moved
arrive.
them.
They did arrive.
Yeah, but if we just
moved
But
them.
after, we'd been
They
sat
didn't
for like
know what-
half an hour. We just put the reserve sign from our table onto theirs.
Yeah, because
But then
we wanted
those
people
guys
to-
tried to talk to us. Do you remember? And Fran was like all in it, like really chatting away. And I was like, Fran.
With me and you just are like,
Yeah, we were just so uninterested. We are so similar as people.
yeah, we are in that.
It wasn't in a trying it with you way. It was just like, oh, hi guys. Oh, your dog's cute. And I was like, oh, my dog is cute, isn't it?
Yeah, but then that's where it ends.
Yeah,
but
fair.
you like to like extend it for like a long period of
Fran
time.
Fran is such a social person and you're a very people's person and you just love different energies and getting to know people.
Which is great.
Which is great.
And just nothing like me.
If you shut me in a room by myself for too long, I don't know, it would not be good.
Oh, yeah,
I'd get really sad.
Oh, Fran.
Yeah,
We're never
I
gonna do
feel
that
bad.
to you.
No,
Don't worry.
we
That's not
won't.
happening again.
We'll always be
Guys.
with you, Fran.
I'm sorry, I'll try not to talk too much. But maybe it's because I can get quite surface. I prefer surface level. Like sometimes
Interesting.
when I'm out and about, I'm like, don't actually care like too much. I'm just like, what's going on? How is it?
That's interesting.
But when you meet someone one-on-one, you get real deep
Yeah.
real quick. Is that how it is?
Oh, so basically you get deep with everyone.
No,
Not just, oh, okay, fine.
No. We had a different experience.
Fine, that's
we had
okay
a
then.
different one.
Yeah.
I don't want to know everything.
It
We need
was
to know more.
great. It was great.
Yeah. Well, should we start by talking about how we know each other? Through Robert.
Through Robert.
Through one of our best friends. So obviously Charley's an incredible actress. I act as well. And yeah, I think we were going through quite similar things at that time, weren't we? And Robert is friends with both of us and was like, yeah, you two
You two
stop
are the
trauma dumping on
same-
me and just
yeah.
trauma dump on each other.
And you're like the same person, which
Yeah.
could have actually gone really badly wrong. Because
Yeah,
sometimes when you're
100%.
really similar,
Yeah.
it's like not great.
But we spent like a bit of time together, didn't we? And then we just like never stopped hanging out. Like we
That's what we do now. We ditched Rob.
Yeah, we ditched Rob. We don't even hang with him anymore.
We pretend to him all the time that we've ditched him, and he doesn't really react, actually, does he? Which is a bit annoying because I really want him to react, but it's just
Charley
a bit
loves getting reactions out of Rob.
I love it so much. It's my favourite thing to do. Just to a knob to
A knob to Rob.
Don't want to knob Rob. Just to annoy Rob. Annoy him. I just want to annoy him.
Yeah.
So fun.
Oh, bless
Poor Rob.
Yeah. And then how did you two become friends?
Through you.
I
Yeah.
know, but like maybe you could tell the story.
Well, I feel like, yeah, we just went to the pub and it got just like real deep, real quick. But I don't know. There was like a trust that I felt with you instantly and it was really nice.
Yeah, it is nice. And you don't find it very often. I think that's definitely one thing, being in this industry. I don't know how you feel. Well, we're all in the same industry, similar industries. But trust is a really hard thing to find. Like, I never trust anyone. It takes me a long, long time. Then I will meet the odd person and I'll be like, yes, I definitely know I can trust them. And that's probably where I get that sort of not really being very open very quickly. It does take me a minute. And I've got friends that are really close to me, like, you know, that I will hang out with, but I don't tell them everything. It's really weird. I've obviously got my closest friends, which I've been friends for like over 20 years now. And they know everything. They're so sick of me. I've always got a drama. Haven't I, Wallis? Would you say
Charley's
that's
always
true?
got piping hot tea.
I've always
Steaming hot.
I always bring the tea. That is one thing I will bring, is the tea.
The conversation.
It's normally about myself, though. And I'll probably bring it back to myself very quickly with the tea. I'll be like, well, I've got something similar to that.
Hold on, rewind, back to me.
Everyone needs that friend though. I mean, you kind of like need to live your life and think a bit through people sometimes.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's like good. And it's nice to be an ear or a shoulder to kind of like lean on for your friends.
Yeah, and you're
So it's
very good
nice.
at that. And you're very good
Yeah.
at receiving that and being that, I think.
What I loved most is, I think it was like the second or third time I met you, I was like, I don't normally like anyone, but I like you. And I was like,
See, this is what I
Charley
mean.
just says it how it is. She's
Yeah,
so
so
blunt.
straightforward.
Yeah. And also, by the way, if she didn't like you, she would have said the exact same thing, but the opposite way.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. This is what worries me though. It's like, and then the thing is with me is like things can come out of my mouth, and then I think, oh, why did you say that? Like, why have you just
You are
basically
very
told
blunt.
someone that you don't like them? But you might as well be straight, because then we haven't got to waste each other's time. And that's my point of like, I'm not this smiley like, whoa, this is so great. If I don't really like you, I'm like,
I'm surprised I don't piss you off, because when I'm around, I'm like, la 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 la.
No.
no, you
Fran,
do.
you don't piss anyone off. You're just fucking perfect.
She does piss me off when she shares a bed with me. It doesn't come to bed.
Why? Wait, what happened?
Well,
I
like,
couldn't stop laughing.
Are we
She
talking
was
about
just
my
laughing
birthday weekend?
so much.
Were
And
you
me
guys
and my
sharing a room?
sister were giggling.
She came into my room and was like, I don't even know what time it was. I'd gone to bed hours before because I'm such a nana. And the next thing, Fran just bombards in.
Oh,
Everyone
no.
else was still up.
Cozy.
You bombarded.
Me and my sister, we came in and was like, hi, Charlie's
Oh no,
sleeping.
you
Trying
and
to
Claudia
wake
do
me
not
up.
go anywhere quietly. I see it now, Charley.
Thank you.
I can see them banging down that door, bombarding in whilst you're asleep.
Exactly. And I'd gone to bed. Everyone else was still up. And then the next thing, the door like comes open, like boom, like no consideration whatsoever.
The Allen sisters.
20
yeah,
swung in.
so loud. Like,
I need to do my 20-step skincare regime as well, no matter how drunk I am.
I can't even. And then at first I was being
No, I
really
give up.
accommodated and quite kind for me. And I was like, no, they're having a really nice time, thinking just listen to your meditation and go back to sleep. And then after about an hour, I was like, get out of this room now. And I sent them away.
But back to the party.
No, well,
Did you come back
yeah,
to the party?
probably.
No, I went and slept on a sausage bed. With a little,
Where she belongs.
Like the camp
Where
in the
she-
camp room, there was like 2 sausage beds like set up. You had to go in because Charley was like, "Yeah, good. You two need to be separated." And I was
They
like,
were
"Okay."
No, they do need to be
Oh,
separated sometimes.
They
You're
were
right.
so awful at times.
Yeah.
It was like a sleepover. We haven't had sleepover in years.
I know. Well, it wasn't the night for it, clearly, for me.
It wasn't. And Charley listens to Rain, can I say? So loud.
I love that. Love that.
No, it's so loud though.
Yeah, no, it's great, but it's like thunderstorms,
Yeah, probably
white
trying
noise.
to drown your noise out.
I was trying to
Fran.
drown
But
your
that was
noise
making
out.
me laugh even more because it was so loud. I was like, how do you sleep?
Well, I don't think it is normally that loud. I think
Okay.
when you two came into the room, I just went
Full volume.
and like full volumed it up.
Alexa, full
Yeah, they were
volume.
just such a pain. But the best pains.
Yeah.
You and your sister are so similar. You're basically the same person.
know.
It's a joke.
I know, it's
You
scary.
are very similar. Yeah.
I'm glad you
cute.
got to experience that.
I know.
Oh,
right?
I experienced it. Don't you worry about that.
Well, I can't wait to share a room with you again on our next trip.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
I
see.
know. We need to do another trip. Charley and I went to Bodrum, didn't we, earlier this year?
We had the best time in
Ooh,
Bodrum.
good.
Yeah,
It was so much fun.
It was so much fun. It was sunny. We went in May. We stayed at the Addition,
Gorgeous.
and we just had the best like long weekend, didn't we?
Yeah.
So maybe next year, you and Claudia come and join us.
But you have to have your own room.
You two have to have your own
You
room,
two are
and it
ditching
can't
to a
be next
different-
to ours.
No, you cannot come anywhere near.
Sorry about that.
I need
Next
sleep. That's
time.
another thing about me. That's
Me
a
too.
really big fact. Is I need sleep. I
Yeah,
can't
8
bear
hours.
because I can't get back to sleep. It takes me so long to get
Charlie,
back to sleep.
I'm the same. I literally
She
didn't
did
I,
actually
Fran?
say that.
I just had a 20-minute nap before I came in here, didn't I?
Yeah.
yeah.
She was sleeping on the sofa out there.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. Like, I can nap really well, but if you wake me up, and also I'm a really light sleeper. Like one little drop, and
same.
I'm like wide awake, and then I hate the world.
So we probably wasn't really that loud then. Probably.
No, you were really loud, Fran.
Okay,
I wish
okay.
it was on camera. It was so loud.
But poor Henry, because you then sent them into my brother's room.
Did. Yeah.
And he was getting dragged out of bed. They were pulling the duvet off him and all sorts. You're lucky he's a good sport.
Henry's a really good sport.
He's the
He's
best.
the
He
cutest.
loved it. He was
I
giggling.
love it. We love Henry so
Yeah.
much. Henry's the best.
He
He's
really
so
is.
cute.
He got like all
The
the good genes
best.
in the family, and I got like all the naughty genes in the family. He's just like the chill, like nice brother.
Yeah, he's so
And I'm
chill.
the crazy sister.
I know. Some of the stories, I'm like, wow. Like, none of them shock me, though.
Well, our childhood stories.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he
We're the
was-
same people now today as we were back then.
Oh, 100%. Like, he was telling the stories to everyone, and everyone was like, what?
Wait, he was telling
What?
you stories?
Yeah.
When I was
like-
in bed?
No, this was. I think you were actually there, to be honest. But you weren't in the conversation. But he was telling the stories, and everyone else was like really shocked. And I was just like, this just sounds like Wallis. She's a nightmare in the best way, but so naughty.
Oh, you brought it back. Well done. Yeah,
I brought it back. I brought that back.
I don't know. When I get bored, I get a bit like I have to misbehave. Sorry, but yeah,
I'm a bit like that as well.
I think it's probably the ADHD in me.
Yeah,
But
well,
here we go.
I've sort of just been diagnosed with that. But I don't want to like confirm it because it's like I'm only at the initial stages. But
Wait, did you?
well, more autistic ADHD. I'm like, what? Like that's
This is from the doctors?
Yeah.
Oh.
So just started the process. I mean, I think ADHD, you know, it's such a big subject now, isn't it? And I think everyone is probably on the spectrum somewhere, you know, and like it's how deep you go into it. But it does make a lot of sense for me for things like people thinking that I'm really cold. I think that could just be like a little bit of the autistic side of me if it is true. I've got to do way more investigations. But yeah, I just think maybe that doesn't shock me that much. And there's so many different levels to it as well, you know, like, but yeah, it's interesting. It's such an interesting topic.
It's interesting because I actually did that assessment earlier this year and came back positive for having ADHD. No surprise there, I'm sure. But it's so nice actually when you can pinpoint certain traits in you, like what you just said, maybe you come across as cold, but when you can pinpoint it and go, oh, that's the autism, or oh, that's the ADHD or Asperger's, or whatever it might be, it's like, it's really cathartic and it just makes you understand yourself and get to know yourself a bit better, I think.
100%. That's exactly what it is. It's so important, I think, for people to understand themselves. And I think as we're getting older and it's becoming more of a thing now, like years and years ago, nobody talked about it. There was never a discussion about ADHD or any of that sort of stuff. But now it's like everywhere, isn't it? But I think it is really important to understand that. And like noise for me, the trigger of noise.
Yeah, same.
It's like I go from 0 to 60 in like 1 second. I can't, like, all those loud noises. So if I go somewhere really busy, I find it so overwhelming. So I will be interested to look further into that.
And I think it was spoken about so negatively back then to have any issues or any of these things. So whereas now everyone's understanding that it is quite a common way of life or way of people's personality. Is it personalities? No, it's like just how you are.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that's within you, isn't it? It's something that is it is genetic. Like ADHD, for instance, one parent would have to have it in order for a child to have it.
I know which one of my parents that is.
I know which one of your parents that is. 100%.
God, we all know which one of my parents that is.
I've never done any tests, but when I look up things, I'm like, yeah, actually, I have similar things, like burying your head and not actually like dealing with situations, or like getting fixated on something and do like cleaning, and I'll be cleaning for like hours and hours, and then I will like leave everything. It's it can, there's certain things, but I'm not. Everyone's got a little bit, I think.
I agree to a certain degree. And it is interesting because when you start to, you know, see, okay, maybe that can be a bit of my ADHD, or that can be part of this or that, life does really make sense, and it helps you almost prep for scenarios. So like, I mean, I don't mind flying, but let's just say someone didn't like flying. It's like now you can kind of, I always chat GPT. I'm like, if I have ADHD and I'm about to do this, but I feel nervous, like how can I help myself? And you can like really prepare for just like life circumstances when you understand that you've got something like that. So I don't know, it's been really helping me out since I've been, I guess, diagnosed. So.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's important to understand yourself on every level.
And sorry, but also I think that this can sometimes like make you really quirky and like good at things. And for me, it can make me really concentrate on, if I'm writing, for example, I'll go into like a black hole of like,
It's
not
the
eating or
hyper-focus.
peeing or whatever for like 3 hours. Yeah, because I'll be hyper focused, and then I step back and I'm like, oh my gosh, like I need to eat, I need to drink, and all that stuff. But I'm like, wow, I got like 3 hours of solid work done there,
which is like the best thing for you because you are a work addict. Yeah, I was like 100%. Like sometimes I'm like, Wallis, if you don't take 1 hour now to sit on the sofa and watch something, that is, I'm gonna kill you. And then she'll be like, okay. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Like, we've been working for 20,000 hours. Can't cope.
Girls gotta do what I gotta do. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, you Charley just want to go for a drink.
I know. I'm like, exactly. I'm like, can we have a glass of wine now? She's like, yeah, in a minute. When I finish this work, I'm like, oh my gosh, how long is this going to take?
I know, she is good.
We'll just go. Next time we'll just go.
Well, no. You know what you have to do, right? You have to put one in front of me when I'm working, because then I'll slowly start drinking wine as I'm working, and then I slowly transition to, all right, let's go to the pub, ladies.
I feel like I've tried that. I think you're lying. I've tried it.
Just ring me next time.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Hey, no, I want to still go out with you guys.
Yeah, but then if you see us going out, then you
FOMO.
will.
Yeah, FOMO.
100%.
Like when I
You'll be
came and met
like-
you at the pub.
Yeah.
FOMO.
Yeah. Oh, massive FOMO.
There
What
we
have we
go.
talking about, girls? What's been going on, girls? Like,
Yeah, what's up,
nothing.
girls? Come on,
Well,
talk
it's
to
only
me.
been an hour.
Yeah.
Wait, 1 second, let me just take this phone call. It's a work call.
Yeah, exactly.
What age did you start acting? Like, when did you think this is what I want to do with my life? Or did you have that, or did you kind of fall into it?
So I sort of fell into it, weirdly. When I was 8, I was in my old primary school in Bedfordshire, because that's another thing. I've lived like so many different places, random places. And the teacher called my mum and said, look, we've started doing these drama classes and we feel like Charley really enjoys it, because I didn't really enjoy school that much. And I wouldn't say I was naughty at that age. That came later. But I definitely wasn't like the most studious, and I just was not really interested in anything academic. So she said, we started these drama classes. I think Charley really enjoys it. I think you should maybe think about looking into it further for her. And Mum was like, okay. And yeah, that was it. I started drama classes and never looked back. I just loved it straight away. Loved it.
Oh, wow.
I know. So since I was 8, really.
Wow.
Did you
so young.
Did you know that you wanted to do it as a career?
Yeah, do you know what? From the second I started, like I've never
Yeah.
thought about doing anything else. I
Yeah.
can't imagine doing anything else. And what's really weird is when I was younger, I couldn't like picture myself in a job. Like I was like, oh, maybe I'll be in an office, and like I would try and visualize it. I was like, it just never suited me. And I think for me, as soon as I started doing it and I realized that was my passion, I was like, that's it. That's all I want to do, and it's all I really thought about.
Because you started working pretty young. Were you like 15?
Yeah. So just almost 15, I started. So I left home at like 14. I mean, it's crazy.
What?
Yeah. Left home, had a chaperone.
To join the long running show that you were on?
Yeah. I know, it's crazy. Had a chaperone, lived in Leeds, away from family, friends. It was just mad. It was, when I look back now, I'm like, wow, that is crazy.
Yeah, you're so
That's
young.
So young.
So did you, at the time, you didn't really think about it? Was you like sad to be away from home? Like, what were the kind of the emotions with it?
I think, well, it was a strange time for me because just as I started, well, I got the job 2 weeks after my dad died. So my dad died when I was 14, as you both already know that. But for anyone else that doesn't know that, yeah, he died when I was 14. And then 2 weeks later, I started filming. So the emotions were really,
Wow.
yeah, it was a big change. Like, obviously, that's a
Yeah.
massied change. But then moving away from home and also leaving my mum, because it was just us at home by then. You know, my older brother and sister had moved out, and it had just been us for quite a while with my dad. And then I was like, well, I'm going now. And then I knew she was at home. So I think that was a huge transition. And maybe at 14, 15, you don't really realize like how big that is. And it's only now that I'm getting older that I'm starting to process my childhood that I'm like, wow, I think I definitely probably need some therapy. Like I've
Yeah.
always thought, no, I'm fine. I compartmentalize everything. Like everything in my life is in a box. And I think as I'm getting older, I'm like, there's things that I probably do need to unpick a little bit, you know,
Yeah.
to be like healthier as I get older, I suppose.
Sorry, can I ask, did you never receive any grief therapy or do anything around the time of your father's
No,
passing?
I mean, I was offered it. And, you know, my mum was so open about everything. And me and mum were really, really close. So he passed away of a heart attack, and it was all quite traumatic. Like it was all at home. It was a lot. It was a big thing. I mean, it's that sort of death is awful anyway, because it suddenly comes out of nowhere. But I think seeing that at 14 in front of your eyes is probably going to cause some trauma. And I was offered therapy, and my mum was very open about it, and my siblings were very open about it, and I had great friends around me at the time. And even at work, you know, they were very supportive of it because it was, you know, I was so young. But I think I did that thing of just being like, oh, I don't need it. Because I don't think children realise that they need it. And also you're talking, you know, I'm you know, nearly 40. So I'm 37.
Get out.
I know, I'm like,
know.
sorry?
Get
Excuse me?
out.
I was waiting for that.
Nearly 40.
Okay, I'm 37.
You didn't have to wait long for it.
Well, yeah. But, you know, back then, you know, therapy wasn't the biggest thing. It's you know, obviously it's getting a lot better now. But, yeah, no, I didn't have any therapy for it. So I'm going to
It's a very British thing as well,
Yeah.
to just, you know, keep your mouth shut, get on with it
100%.
about everything in life.
I'm just trying to like envisage this 14-year-old girl who's been through so much and actually been there and witnessed it as well, who has suddenly moved to a different city and doesn't have her friends around her or any really like adult support, right? Therapy. Did you have any friends that could relate to you? Like, did you know anyone else that had even lost a parent that young? Or?
Well, no, not anyone that had lost a parent that young, but I met some amazing adults that I'm still friends with now. Like, they were the people that I worked with. They were just like the biggest support, and still are now to this day. Like, we're still best friends. And I think if it hadn't have been for them, then maybe it would have been I probably would have gone off the rails, let's face it. You know, going into the public eye at such a young age, and that's a big pressure, because suddenly you don't like, it's different now. Everyone knows what being famous is. And when I was younger,
and also so many more people now are famous because of social media. It was polarized when you were younger.
It was like, it wasn't a thing when I was younger. I remember being sat down, and it was from two actors that were in the show, and they were like, has anyone talked to you about like maybe getting recognized or what that's going to mean when, you know, when the stuff goes out on screen, etc.? And I was like, sorry, what does that mean? Like, I was so naive and oblivious to that sort of thing. I just hadn't, I suppose I never thought about it because it wasn't really a thing then. And then, yeah, that was a shock to me, because it was just a totally different way of life. And I have to say, like, at the beginning, it did freak me out. I was like, I just don't think I can cope with this. And then you sort of get used to it. But that whole world of going into something so young is a completely different life. And, you know, I definitely could have gone off the rails. If I hadn't have had the right people around me, I probably would have been in the pub at 15, like thinking, what is my life? But luckily, I had a great support.
I suppose being on such a big show, it's like you are family in another sense, like not just by blood, like you are a little on-show family. You're spending so much time together, all doing the same thing in the same career. You're going to bond. So it's good that you had them people around you.
Oh, 100%. And they're just the best people. And you're right, like you spend so much time together. You spend more time with them. Like, once I had kids and stuff and I was still there, I was spending more time with the people at work than I was with my own actual family. So you just are so close. But, you know, that's a really lucky thing that I had that, I think.
Yeah. And on a more positive note,
yes.
How old were you when you started having kids? Because you have 3, but you just said you were 37.
I know.
How does it make sense? You're so young.
I mean, I know. I literally feel like I was about 7 the first time I had a baby. But I was 21 when I got pregnant. And 22 when I had my eldest, which is very young. But, you know, he was planned, and it was always something that I wanted to do young. I don't really know why. I think, again, it was just something that I had in my head that I wanted to start having children young. And also, I think, weirdly, when you are starting work so young, and you feel a lot older. And I was always old for my age anyway. Like, I remember my mum always said to me, if we have a dinner, like, we should always just have a dinner party every weekend. I mean, my mum was wild as well. I just don't know where I get it from. Yeah, oh gosh, well, she was wild. But yeah, when she had a dinner party, like, she said, I would never sit with the kids. I would just be with the adults. So I think I always had an older head on my shoulders. And then, yeah, I think I just thought, I want to have a baby. And I think I wanted to tick a box of, like, you know, like what society expects. And I just feel like then, like, I'm much older now, and I can understand that you can choose those things at what point you do them. But I just was like, I want to do it now. And I'm so impulsive. I was like, I want to do it now. I want to get pregnant now. And that was it. And we caught on really quickly. But yeah, he was planned, and I wouldn't change it. And he's like my best mate now. He's 15. I mean, he's ridiculous. But he's so cute, isn't he? Yeah. He's just the most amazing soul. And he's so talented. Like, his singing is just off the scale. Like, he is brilliant. Yeah. It's great.
Oh, your little 15-year-old bestie. That's so cute.
I remember I was saying, I'm scared to give birth. I'm scared to do it. Charlie's like, just get on with it. You just get on with it. It's so empowering. Just do it. And I was like, yeah, do you know what, actually, Charlie?
Hell yeah.
Birth is the best.
Wait, were all 3 natural births?
All 3 natural, yeah. But all 3 very different, amazing. Really different.
Oh, really?
But I loved them all. I did love them all, yeah. And I would much rather give birth than be pregnant. I hated being pregnant. I was so sick. I was just so sick.
Oh, no.
And everyone hates feeling sick, but I'm the sort of person that will moan and moan and moan. So all I just spent my whole time of being pregnant was saying, I feel sick. I feel sick, and then I'd vomit and then feel sick again.
Please don't get pregnant again. I can't be asked for
that.
No. Also, it's actually quite a long time. Like 9 months is a long.
Yeah, that's substantial.
That's a stretch.
Yeah. It's quite a stretch, and you do stretch a lot, which is also like when you're younger as well. I think then I was like, getting bigger and bigger, and like that. I mean, I actually didn't like put on a lot of weight when I was pregnant, but all the changes to your body, like of course it's the most natural thing, but I just remember looking at myself thinking, wow, you've got a massive stomach. Of course,
everything like the boobs, butt, all of it.
And I don't have big boobs, so that was a thing where I was like, oh, these need to go.
Yeah,
wasn't a fan of the big boobs.
Whole new wardrobe. Has to come in.
Yeah, although I did refuse to buy any maternity clothes. I've never owned a piece of maternity clothing.
Okay.
Because, do you know, that's one thing, if I have another baby, I'm going to bring out my own line, because I feel like most maternity clothes are designed for like 60-year-old Janet. Who's not having a baby.
It's for comfort, right?
Well,
they're just all so floral and like
and frumpy.
That nobody wants to wear them. Like I want to look cool still.
Yeah.
So I just was like sizing up, like just thinking, I'm just not going to do that.
Rocking it in your own way.
Rocking it.
What parts of motherhood did you kind of not expect?
Probably most of it. I think motherhood is like everything comes as you just don't know how hard it is until you do it.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And even when you see other people doing it and you think, oh, that looks quite a lot, but I'm sure I could do it. It's like, yeah, well, do it 24 hours a day. Like you think you can do it for an hour.
Yeah.
And it's that thing of, I used to love other people's children. And I think that was another thing why I wanted a baby, because I was like, I just love it so much. But you never hand them back. Like you don't realise like that is with you. I remember getting home from the hospital and his dad went off to the pub to wet the baby's head. My mum went home and the house was empty and it was just me and this baby in this hammock with this massive head of hair. And he was just screaming and I was like, wow, like what do I do with that?
Who are you?
Who are you and why are you in my house?
What is this?
That's what I felt like. I was like, why are you crying? What do you need? And when are you leaving?
Yeah.
And then I got over
18
it.
years.
Yeah, he'll be off before he's 18, that one. But I did get my head around it quite quickly, but I did get a bit of postnatal depression with my first, definitely, which I, again, wasn't really spoken about, didn't really know what it was, but I just remember feeling so low, like couldn't get out of it.
I don't know that much about that. So what just for our audience who might not either, what is postnatal depression?
There's so many different things with postnatal depression and hormones are still everywhere. And, women can feel completely different when they have babies. But I think, and this is a thing that isn't spoken about that much, I don't feel, but you're expected for a baby to arrive and you just to fall in love with this baby and that's it. And you're really happy because it's the best thing that's ever happened to you. And I just remember feeling like, I don't feel like that. So there's got to be something wrong. But I didn't really voice it, didn't really know what to do, didn't really know who to talk to. I spoke to my friends about it and I loved him more than anything in the world. And I did have the instant thing of I would die for this thing that's here on my bed next to me. But I felt just incredibly low and like hated just being on my own with him because I think I was so scared of something happening or like not knowing what to do next. And I was young, and that's another thing. But I had really good friends around me who would literally come and be like, we're going to help. Like, let's take the baby out. Let's do this. Let's do that. But I never wanted to leave the house either. So I was trapped in this, like, I don't want to be in the house, but I don't want to be out of the house. And I just didn't really know what it was. And luckily I didn't get it I got it a little bit with number 2, but nothing with number 3. I think by the time you've had your third, you're like, you'll bring yourself up, pal.
Yeah, it does get like that.
I'm done.
When you're the last one, they don't give a shit.
They don't. Oh gosh. We don't care by that time.
Excuse me, when you're the first one, you have to get dragged through the absolute shit. Because
what do you mean? Oh, boo-hoo, eldest child.
No, everything falls on you because you're like the experimental child, right? You're the guinea pig.
You're the guinea pig, yeah, that's true.
So I literally put with so much, I love my parents, but like I was put through the ringer as a kid. And then Henry, love him, but he got it way easier than I did.
Well,
so God
you
knows
know what you're doing, yeah. With number 2, you're just so much more laid back.
Yeah.
But you gave it back to your parents in different ways later on. So they got
the eldest is always the naughtiest. Always.
I think I'm the naughtiest out of the 3 and I'm the youngest.
Really?
Yeah.
Naughty.
I'm definitely the rebel of the family.
I suppose you get away with more in a sense, so you kind of can do more what you want. I look back on photos. Ed's one of 4, and they're all very close in age. And in a lot of the family photos, the 4th, the youngest, is always in a car seat. So like she was always just strapped and left in a pram or strapped in the car seat. And she was like, I was just forgotten all the time.
Oh, bless her. I mean, I get it, to be
No.
fair, but oh,
Yeah. Feel like the fourth one just couldn't even be asked to get her out and carry her.
that's brilliant. They always say, don't they, by number 3, you're like, oh, just put some Coke in the bottle, they'll be fine. Never mind milk, they'll be all right.
You do you.
You do you,
That's
pal.
brilliant.
I know. Just get
Yeah.
to that.
How did you like juggle, I guess, because 21 is still so young, right, to be pregnant and have a kid, and at 22, so how did you struggle still growing up whilst being in a full-time show and I guess, going out, like I guess you still want to be with your friends, right?
Yeah, 100%. I mean,
How do you do that in your early 20s?
well, I didn't actually start drinking until I was 22. Can you believe it?
Wait, really?
Yeah, which is just crazy for me now. I mean, I'm making out like I'm a big drinker. I'm actually
Yeah.
not. Like, Fran's making me out to be way worse.
Well, I just make all of us out to be way worse than what we actually are.
Fran just makes us all way worse than what we
Yeah,
are.
I know. I mean, I do enjoy a drink, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah,
when I was
one or
younger,
two.
one or two gins. But I didn't start drinking until I was 22. But I still enjoyed going out with my friends, and I still do now. Like, even having 3 kids, like, I will still make time for the people and the
Yeah.
things that I want to do. I think it's really important to do that. But when I was, back then, obviously I was still with the kids' dad, so he would have them if I wanted to go away with the girls. And we had full-time nanny because obviously we were both working. Like, there was no other way of doing it. But the mum guilt, the mum guilt is awful. Like, you just have mum guilt. You have mum guilt when they're at school. I'm like, why? How does that work? That's a
Really?
legal requirement. Why am I feeling
Yeah.
guilty? But you just do it.
Wow.
I think it's just a thing where the mum just feels like they need to be with their babies. So I definitely always had that. But I still made sure I went out. So it obviously didn't bother me that much.
It's
Still
obviously-
there.
Well, they got to sleep at some point,
Oh,
haven't they?
exactly.
Yeah, my sister always says that. My sister's like, the mum guilt is so bad. Like, even if she just goes out for like one evening, like for dinner, and what is back, she's like, I just feel really bad. It's like obviously a chemical or primal instinct that you should be with your baby.
Yeah.
But I think it's really healthy for the mum and the baby to have time separate.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone, you do you. Don't judge. Everyone's different. But I feel like the child, if they don't know any other world than just being with their mum, they're going to be so clingy. And by the time it's, they're going to go to school, it's like, they've only been with their mum. What are they going to do now? They've got a whole day without with a lot of kids and other teachers. And like, I think it's really important to teach them that, mums still go to work. Like, I want my children to see me going to work as the female. Like, that's the thing now. Like, women should be able to work and be proud to go to work and not feel guilty about it, which I think a lot of women do, which I find crazy. Like, actually, when I'm working is probably the only time I don't feel guilty, when I'm away from the kids.
Yeah. Got to put food on the table at the end of the day. It's got to be done.
Exactly, 100%. And wine.
Yeah.
Joking, wine, joking.
Can't wait to come to your house, Charlie.
I know. Oh, always a wine open.
So how many years was it till you then had your second?
Okay, so my first was quite a lot to handle. He was absolutely feral, wild. They were all quite feral, but he was particularly
I
feral.
noticed that you said at the same age you had him, you also started drinking. So
Like,
I guess maybe it might be a correlation.
Exactly. Do you know what? I never even
needed
thought
it.
about that. Wow.
Yeah.
Never actually thought of that. That's exactly what it
It
was.
needed a drink.
I needed a drink.
Mama needs her mama juice.
Exactly. But there was 5.5 years between number 1 and number 2. It took me a while to process going through another feral child. And actually Bowie, my middle one, was very textbook. He just did, and I was like, this is so much easier. And then the third, Ace, came along, and I was like, back to the feral stage. So but they're all like wild in their own ways.
Yeah.
And also they're all boys.
They're all boys. I do not have it easy, girls. I'm sorry, but I don't. I think everyone thinks that their children are a bit wild, but then when you've spent a weekend with me and my kids, people go, oh yeah, I can see it now. Because they just do what they want.
Yeah.
I don't know where they get it from.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It's very clear where they get
Charlie,
it from.
I know exactly where they get it from.
Very clear.
Yeah.
But listen, you're encouraging them to be themselves, expressing themselves. Like, you're a creative yourself. You're not necessarily textbook yourself. So you're just letting them express themselves. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah. No, 100%. I want them to be themselves. I want them to
Yeah.
be. I don't like boring kids. I'm just going to put that out there. I don't like boring children. I'm always like, this is really great. Like, we'll just colour for like 20 minutes. I want them to have a bit of personality. And my
100%.
kids do have big personalities. Like, they're just a bit, they're great. They're very different. All 3 of them are so different. But yeah, they're definitely not textbook, any of them.
It is crazy how you birth someone and their personality's like strong kind of instantly. Like you can kind of tell things even though you're just a baby.
Yeah, I
Like-
think my eldest, there was never ever getting him to do anything he didn't want to do, and he's still like that now. It's like,
Wow.
no.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you so like me? But
Yeah.
he's just me. Like, whereas my middle one, I would say, is definitely more like his dad. Bit, will people please a little bit more, like probably just like a little bit more chilled.
Yeah.
And then Ace is like definitely again like me,
Wow.
just stubborn.
How are you finding co-parenting now?
Yeah, we co-parent really, really well. So we split 50-50 completely down the middle. I have them one week, he has them the other week. And it's worked really well for us. I think because the children are a little bit older, I can't see another way of it working better, just because I'm very much a believer of, if he wants to have them 50-50, then of course he should. That's his prerogative. Like, of course he should be able to do that. We're both the parents, So I think at first a few people were like, wow, you're only going to have them 50% of the time. And I was like, well, yeah, because that's what he wants. And I actually think the kids would, I don't think they would not want to be, with us 50-50. I think they like it. Like, I feel like the children are always, especially the younger two, are just always like, they don't want to offend. So if they want, if there's something comes up in my week that they want to go and do with their dad, they're like, but that doesn't mean we don't love you. And vice versa. I mean, they're so cute. And, it's a little, I never want them to feel guilty or bad or have any feelings or issues around our separation. So I feel like the co-parenting for us has been the most important thing. And the week on, week off works really, really well.
You're both parents. You both chose to do this.
Exactly.
With your life and have them both, even though you carried them. I guess he's as much of a parent as you are. So
100%. And it's funny because we do 50-50 on social media, because I wouldn't say I'm the most regular poster in the world. Like, sometimes I don't post at all because I can't be bothered. But then when I do, and like people are like, I have had comments like, are you never with your children? And I'm like, listen, Sandra, I have them a week on, a week off, but not that I would go back and tell anyone because it's nobody else's business.
Yeah.
But I think people think I'm just like living this life without my kids. And it's like, no, when I haven't got them, I am going to go and do what I want.
Yeah.
Like, why shouldn't I? Because I don't have my children. Like, I think people just expect us just to sit at home twiddling our thumbs. Not me, pal. Not me.
Yes, Charley.
Also,
I
you
love
have
it.
time to be on your phone. Social media it's just a reflection of the things you want people to see.
Exactly.
And if you don't want them to see your children, then you're not going to show them.
I know. And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. And I actually haven't really posted the children for quite a long time. And but I don't need to tell you what I'm doing. It's that quote on Instagram where it's like, I post all the time, but my private life you know nothing about.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, it's exactly that. Like, I post what I want you to know. And then my close friends get it all. All the tea.
All the
get
with
all
that,
the
the trauma dumping.
Anybody else gets so excited when that green star comes up in the corner and I'm like, yes, what's this going to be?
Mine's usually memes.
Yeah, exactly.
I've just put up memes up there.
No, mine will be the wild
100%.
bits. The wild bits of me will be on the green star.
What are the parts that you find most difficult about social media, or I guess just being in the public eye or the press, all that stuff? Because you are in the press a lot.
I don't know.
The way you said it, you're in the press a lot.
Yeah, like,
But
I'm
you
really
are, they write about you a lot.
And most
I know,
of
because
it-
I've been dragged into some of the articles
Yeah,
just
we're
by being
always
your
in-
mate.
no, I'm sorry about that. We're always in those
I get
articles.
Google alerts. I'm like, what's this now?
Well,
I'm trying
to be honest though, I don't really know what they're interested in. Most of it's a load of rubbish. The stories that come out, I'm like, oh, just find something else. Like, nobody cares. Like, no one cares about reading this. How many people are reading about this boring stuff that you're posting about? I think sometimes it can be intrusive. It's like, for instance, when me and Matthew did separate, the reason that we did put it out to the press is because they had the story and, that they were going to release it. I hadn't told my children, but they knew that we'd separated. And it meant
So they were going to release that before you had a chance to tell the kids?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they would they were threatening to doorstop, and my kids were in the house. I was away working. He was also away working. I had to tell the children sooner than I wanted to. And we had to release something, which I never wanted to do that. Like, I don't think, I've got to release this because the world's going to care. No one cares. I'm doing it to protect my children because I want to hold the narrative and I want to be able to say, this is what's happened. Like, I don't want a journalist writing what they think about my life or us. Like, it's not, I don't want my children reading that. So we had to we had to take control of that situation and do it ourselves. And I think the press can be extremely intrusive. Like, they can cause a lot of harm. I know everyone's got a job to do. I'm not under any illusions, but they can cause a lot of harm. And I really dislike that side of it. I think it can be really stressful. And a lot of the time, the stories are just nonsense. Like, I read things about myself and I'm like, wow, I didn't know that. But, thanks for the info.
Do you ever just want to like go on social media and just like put the world to rights and be like, no, this is the truth? Like, how do you not just like explode like that?
There's several times. I mean, countless amount of times I've wanted to do that, but you're just giving another story. As soon as you write something, they're just going to pick up on whatever you've written, whatever you say. Like, most of the time I just think, well, the people that know me will know it's not true, or the people that I love know it's not true, or whatever. I've never had anything extremely horrendous written about me. Once, years and years and years ago, but we managed to get it shut down. Once it had been printed, they had to put an apology out.
What was it?
It was just being accused of having an affair with someone, which absolutely wasn't true.
Yeah, that's horrible.
But that's like life-changing.
Yeah, that's...
Well, it is. Yeah, of course. I was single, but the other person wasn't, and it was awful, and it was completely untrue, and they did have to do an apology, which is about that big. But, things like that I would say that's probably the only thing that's ever been really bad. But even the day-to-day stories that I just think, my children are reading that. Like, please, like, honestly, just unless you hear it from me or someone else, like, it's not true. Like, I don't know why they're even bothered, to be honest.
Also, they will make a really mad, like, crazy headline, and then when you click, and if you actually read, it's not that at all, what they put in the headline.
It's just clickbait. It's so frustrating. That's why I just don't read any press. I just don't read any of it. I don't even click on my own. If there's anything, I'm just like, I'm not reading any of it, because actually I don't really care. And if there's something that, the kids come to me with, fine, I will discuss it with them. But I'm just not going to spend my time like worrying about what anyone thinks.
Yeah. Especially your eldest, like, they all have access to phones obviously now because of their age, but like, he can fully understand and comprehend a lot of these things.
Yeah, and obviously his friends, like, there's been some times that, things have been said or things have come out or pictures or whatever it might be, and his friends will bring it to him, and I'll be like, oh gosh, like,
that's so school.
It's so school. I'm so glad I'm not in school anymore. But then you've got to start talking to them about those sort of things, and I feel like that's actually another thing. Like, when I was younger, and especially being in a soap, like, there's a lot of pressure to sort of, back then, I mean, it would not be done now, but they did calendars, like, racy pictures, all that sort of stuff.
I remember they tried to make me do it. I was like 18.
Honestly, I think it's when you turned 16 back then you could do it. I'm pretty sure maybe it was 18 actually. But I never wanted to do any of that. And I remember even thinking back then, like, imagine if you have children, they have to look at all this.
Yeah.
Like, now, at my age, having a 15-year-old, if I had those pictures, I'd be paying for them to be deleted.
Yeah.
I'd be like, get rid of them. Like, that would be so mortifying. His friends being like, look at your mum.
Actually, no, that's
like, hell, thanks God I had that head on the shoulders then.
That's how I don't understand, like, how people can do OnlyFans, and obviously that's up to you, and it's your choice. But like, I'm always like, oh, but what if my future kids were to see anything like that? You know, my grandkids or anything.
Yeah, no, it's not for me.
Yeah,
but no judgment, of course. But not for me.
Yeah.
Before I did Love Island, I went for a photo shoot. And I was like happy to have like a bikini top on and jeans and like shirt. I'm not really like someone that would ever do underwear. And the photographer was pushing so hard for me to like be in underwear. He's like, well, like everyone's released photos, they're all in underwear, which majority of them actually are. And I just think, well, it's not really me. But if I wasn't as strong, I maybe would have just gone along with what this photographer was telling me, because I had no idea. And I'm being told that this is what everyone's doing. Why are you not doing it?
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like the pressure.
Yeah, but each their own,
Yeah. When I was 14, I was doing a modelling shoot for a huge magazine. Tell you guys after. My mum was chaperoning me, and they gave me something to put on. I didn't really know what like these little outfits were at that age. And I put on the outfit and I came out ready to shoot with the photographer, and my mum went, no, I don't think so. And she yanked me off the set, put me back into the fitting room. She went, we're leaving the set right now.
Oh, wow.
They'd put me at 14 in like little underwear and nipple tassels.
Stop.
Yeah,
What?
literally. Yeah.
At 14?
At 14. Yeah.
Thank God for your mum.
Yeah.
No, I know. Well, 100%, because also at 14, you don't really know what that
That
I didn't
is.
really know. Like,
That is
and also everyone else was
awful.
so like comfortable with it, and there were other models and they were doing it, and like it's not a porn magazine or anything. It was an artsy magazine, but like obviously as a 14-year-old, that's just completely unacceptable.
I mean, off the scale. Thank
Yeah,
God
no.
for D. Go D.
Yeah.
Go D
But some
Day.
You're the
parents
best D.
don't stop.
But yeah,
They're like,
but also
like you're gonna be famous. Go,
Oh,
go, go.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
imagine.
Or like think about a paycheck. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
yeah.
yeah, it's a nightmare.
It's
Do you ever
a
worry
nightmare.
about things like that with your kids? Or
Yeah. I
you
mean,
do?
especially because my eldest, wants to go into singing and he's got the most amazing voice. I'd never stop him. But I would be terrified if they were to suddenly he was to suddenly get a record deal now at 15 and just
Yeah.
imagine. I'd be like, oh, guys, I just couldn't cope with it. Like he still, he loves his acting. He did a really great show a Christmas ago at the Leeds Playhouse and it was amazing. That sort of thing, fine. But I wouldn't want him to be in the public eye at this age.
No.
Absolutely no way.
It would be terrifying. And I think because you've had your own experience of being in the public eye at the age that he is now, you are talking from experience.
Yeah.
Like you actually understand what that entails.
And
I
it
think,
wasn't even as bad then as what it is now. Like social media.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
all that
Can't
stuff.
turn off
Like you
from it.
can't. It's just
No.
everywhere. Like people are everywhere.
yeah.
Camera phones. That is the worst. Camera phones need to be banned, in my opinion. Like people just take pictures. Like and you're just
I
like
wouldn't have a
having
job.
dinner.
Hold
or-
on a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on a
Sorry,
minute.
Fran.
Whoa.
Stop.
That no.
I'm about to become an actress. Girls, help me.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
That's
no,
even worse.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You do not want to be an
But
actress.
we could give us some. We'll teach her.
Oh,
but yeah, no,
gosh.
don't bother.
I know. I'm always like, if one of my kids said they wanted to be an actor, how would I react?
Yeah, just please don't. That's how
Please
I'd
fucking
react.
do anything
But when it's
else.
in them, you can't stop it, which we
Yeah,
all
fair.
know.
Oh, because it's come from you as well, and you know
Yeah.
that feeling, and you understand that passion, and yeah. Anyway, Charley, tell us, because I know obviously, but maybe you could share with some of our audience some stuff that you've got coming up, because this is a really exciting next chapter for you.
Yeah, so I am currently shooting something for ITV, which I have obviously worked for ITV before. Yeah,
Congratulations.
Thank you. And it's called Adultery. It's
Okay.
by Danny Brocklehurst. It's written so well. It's so funny. It's just brilliant.
Is it comedy, drama?
It's called Adultery, so there's a lot of that in it.
Right.
But there's just comedy elements to it that, like, when you read it, you laugh out loud, but it's not to be played funny. Does that make sense? Like, it's just,
Right.
but it is. There
Yeah.
are bits of it that are going to be funny.
Yeah.
And Danny's a great writer.
Yeah.
It's a really good cast, and yeah, it's fun at the moment. I'm really enjoying it. It's one of those jobs that I've been able to juggle like really well with home, and it's great. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I'm glad to be just working again, because actually it's it's been so quiet out there for everybody that I know. Like actors have been out of work for such a long time with COVID, the writers' strike. Like it's had the biggest knock-on effect. But I feel like we're coming to a different place now. I do feel like things are starting to pick up again, and this is a really good one to be doing. So I'm really pleased.
Congratulations. That's amazing. And are you filming that in Leeds?
In Manchester.
Oh, in Manchester. Oh, that's so close to you. That's
Yeah.
so lucky.
It's so lucky.
And what's like the vibes on set? Is everybody like happy to, be in a job and be working? Is it?
I mean, yeah, it's got a really great cast.
Okay. Spoiler alert, can you tell us who's in the cast?
Yes, I can. It's out. It's out who's in the cast. So Dom Cooper,
Wow.
who is just the funniest. He's so great. Romola, Shelley Khan, and Matthew Minolta, they're playing the four leads. And then there's, there's loads of other people, like great actors that are in it. They've got such a good cast.
That is a really good cast.
Really good cast.
And Charley Webb.
Of
Hello.
course,
Yeah.
hello. I bring all the fun and the sweets.
Do you?
That's what I'm known for. Everyone's like, oh, she's here, the fun one. No, I'm
I want to
joking.
do a show with you.
We would have
We'd
the best
so
time.
much
We'd
fun.
get nothing done though.
I know.
We'd get
No,
nothing
I would make sure we
done.
get things done. Don't
Yeah,
worry about
actually,
that.
you would,
Yeah,
to be
I
fair.
would.
And I'd be like, Wallace, can you play? Wallace.
Yeah,
You'd
you
be like,
guys
"We're
would just be like,
working."
can we drink? Can we go to the pub yet?
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, it's a fun cast. The it's a great show. The vibe's great, and it's a really, the actors are really good. So and it's a brilliant writer.
How
so.
long left have you got to film, and when's
So
it out? We want to know.
I know. I don't know when it's out. It'll be out next year at some point, but we're filming until mid-December.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's been really fun. We've done some night shoots, which were cold. You know how I feel about the cold girls?
Yeah,
I
especially
hate the
in Manchester,
cold.
it's colder than here. Way
There's that
colder.
north-south divide.
Yeah.
Fran bringing the north-south divide there.
Sorry about that.
When
Fran
you
just went there.
She just went there. When you get to London, you're like, oh, is it much colder up north? You're like, wow. You're like, it's the
Guys,
is though.
It feels like your summer holidays, doesn't it, Charlie?
I am so hot, guys, when I'm in London. Like, I just can't believe the difference.
No. Hold on, because I wanted to defend London a little bit here. I did a commercial when I was a teenager up
Not
north.
with the nipple tassels.
No.
Okay, thank God.
No, I did. It was lol. It was actually a sofa commercial. Lol. I think I was like 16. It was shot in Manchester down the little like cobbled street. They shoot a lot of commercials there. I don't know if you know which one I'm talking about.
There's
But
quite
anyway,
a few, Wallace.
Yeah,
I know.
Just that
Everyone
one
was like-
cobbled street in Manchester.
Everyone was like, "This street's well famous." Well, my northern accent's awful.
I know,
Ignore
sorry.
it. Ignore
No,
it.
that was Cockney.
Do you want me to?
Don't redo that.
Yeah, go on then. Tell him this street's well famous.
Go on.
Do I want to hear your northern accent.
I can't. On pressure, I can't do it, even though naturally it just falls out of my mouth all the time.
It does. You're always
Northern, this
taking me
street's
off.
well famous.
That's good.
Thank
Well
you.
done, mate.
Anyway, but my job was just to run into frame with this guy, meet him halfway, and just make out with him under the rain, like this rain machine, right?
Ooh.
It sounds, you
Different
you get
reaction.
paid to make out with a hot
Pussy.
guy. Well, after 30 takes, when your lips are
30.
chapped and the rain has made you fucking freezing.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah, and it's at night and you're wearing one of those like tin foil blankets. My lips were bruised. And I remember thinking, this is the last job I will do up north.
Wow, that is absolutely brilliant. I
Yeah.
love that. I love that. And do you know, because I come from Manchester, everyone's like, it's always raining in Manchester. I'm like, guys, it isn't always raining in Manchester, just 98% of the time.
Yeah.
It's fine for the 2%.
Manchester's fun though.
Manchester's so
Loving
fun.
out in
Yeah.
Manchester.
Oh, Manchester
Should we
is
do it,
so.
girls?
Yes, let's go
Yeah.
to Manchester for the next one.
Night out
Because
with
it is a good
Manny.
one.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
I
really
do want to
fun.
know, just quickly before we wrap up, when you get a job like this, do you get to meet the cast beforehand? Like, do you do any like bonding, or do you just get thrown straight on set? How does it work?
Well, normally you do a read through, but actually we didn't do a read through. So yeah, I think normally you do, but I just got thrown on there. And I mean, I won't talk about what my first day was, but I was like, wow, this is a lot for the first day. Like it was just,
Well, you need to give us something.
Well,
give us a little
it's
something.
just me having to do something that I don't normally do. So I know. So I was like, wow. But yeah, I just ate sweets all day. And then I was fine. I was just high on sweets.
Is that your vice to get through
Basically,
filming?
yeah. Old-fashioned
Sugar.
sweets are the best.
What's on your rider, Charlie?
Old-fashioned sweets.
Really?
No.
Well, like
Definitely not.
licorice.
Everything that's old-fashioned.
Bonbons.
Oh, I love a
lemon
bonbon.
drops.
Yeah, love.
Oh, the rhubarb and custard ones.
Oh,
Love
best.
them. They're
Everything's just brilliant. Or
obsessed.
anything pretty much old-fashioned, I'll eat it.
Yeah. We know it's
Oh.
to
The way
take
to
you.
my heart.
Yeah. To one of them
Oh.
old-fashioned sweet shops. They are the best, to be fair. They used to do them multicoloured drops. All in a
Yeah.
all
Oh, the little
bubbles.
teardrops?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, the
Oh,
teardrops.
yeah,
Love
they are
them.
good.
Love them.
Ah, Charlie, for our young audience or anyone who aspires to go into the world of acting or have an amazing career like you've had so far, what would be your advice?
Probably don't do it, first of all. But
I love how we always actors
Yeah.
always say that.
But if I can't say that, I think it's just about sticking to your goals, knowing what you want to do, and just always working as hard as you possibly can, and sticking to your morals and your beliefs. And yeah, I guess the thing is with acting, it's really hard because I think you can get better, but I don't think you can teach someone to act. I don't think. But drama schools work for a lot of people. So they could go down the route of drama school if they wanted to. But I just think get out and do it.
Yeah.
Just
Learning on the job.
Learning on the job is the best
Yeah.
way for me, I
In
think.
acting
I would
and in
agree.
motherhood.
Oh, you never learn on that job, babes. I'm still learning. It's going really well.
She's like 15 years in. And I'm
15
still
years
learning.
in, still don't know what I'm doing. My poor kids.
Oh, well, Charlie, it's been an absolute pleasure
Been fun, hasn't it?
having you go on the show.
third
I know.
Yeah.
Having you in the neighbourhood.
I
We need you more
know.
often.
Well, I'm just basically always at Wallace's, so I might as well just be the third
Yeah,
one. Let's
she
change that
basically is.
picture.
We
Bye.
get Charlie peeping up for
Yeah.
season 2.
Exactly. I'm going to be in there, girls. You just wait.
We would love that.
You would.
Yeah, if you want Charlie to join us as a regular co-host for
Let's
season
do
2.
a poll.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
just do a poll.
Why not?
Yeah.
You know how to do that, Fran, don't you?
Yeah. If you want Charlie on next season, then let us know in the comments below. Girls Next Door ×3.
Yeah.
Times 3, baby.
Season 2 ×3.
But for everyone who wants to be able to find you on socials, where can they find you?
So Instagram and TikTok, and my @ is @Miss_Charley Webb, I think. I think TikTok's different. Just type Charley Webb.
That is what
Sure,
she is
it's there.
because I am one of her close friends. Not breaking
Green star,
everything.
green star.
Charley, you are a force to be reckoned with.
Thank you.
We love you.
I love you,
And we're
girl.
so proud of
Yes.
you, and we're so excited for this project and your future projects to come out.
I
Thank
can't wait to
you.
watch.
Thank you.
Charley Webb, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time on The Hood.
We'll see you next time. Be sure to put on your notifications so you do not miss our next ep and possibly another guest.